Hello everyone. Today I want to kind of go through a real quick demonstration of how I would refine a set palette from an on-the-spot piece. This is a piece that was done a while back, and here's a photo of that location that I took while I was painting it. I hope there's not much glare off of it, but you can kind of see. You can see what I was looking at when I was, from my point of view. And one of my buddies is standing right in the way, but I just kind of ignore him and came up with, this is a solution, a compositional solution that I thought was very workable. And this was my on-the-spot, my outdoor, location painting palette. So it was most likely my kind of standard, which is a cad yellow, lemon, a cad yellow pale, a yellow ochre, and alizarin crimson, and a ultramarine, and a cobalt blue, and viridian. And that's pretty much my standard outdoor for a location like this. So at any rate, I want to simplify this, and this is what we're talking about in our course, that the simpler the fewer number of colors you use, the stronger your harmony will be. And for this, in this particular case, I keep getting questions from everyone. Well, how do you go about selecting the palette? How do you make the decision of what set of colors do you want to use? And in this case, for our demo here, and again, I have to work upside down so you guys can see it right side up. And for this palette, I felt like, okay, I played around with several different things in what, just as a straightforward primary triad, that's going to really work here for this subject. So rather than a lemon, cad lemon, I went with a cad yellow pale because I want these nice rich greens in here that are occurring in my study, and I know these are accurate, as opposed to this is kind of muddy. Yeah, I could manipulate it in Photoshop and brighten it up, but it's still not going to give me what this has right here, my in-person observations and my notes. And I know I felt very good about what I had here. That's why I didn't mess with it after we were interrupted. So rather than the cad lemon, I went with the cad yellow pale, the warm one. And rather than a hot red, because I have a lot of cooler colors in here and some of these cooler neutrals, I knew that immediately told me, well, a hot red, yeah, I could do it, but it won't quite give me the range that I would want. So I went with an alizarin, and that was, in this case, I'm using the Gamblin alizarin and the Utrecht cad yellow light, the pure pigment, and my ultramarine blue here is a Vasari, which these are all great paints. At any rate, here I stepped in and I started mixing. You can see immediately my green that I'm getting with just this combination right here is very close to the greens that I'm seeking in here. Now I can certainly mix up a bigger pool of that darker value, and if I want to cool it a little, I can add just a touch of alizarin, and I'll lighten this up just a bump just to see what we're going to get here. And now we'll hit that with some white and a little bit more yellow, and you can see right away I get some of these beautiful almost a burnt sienna feel that is going on in some of these quieter little passages throughout. This is giving me the range that I need. And over here in this passage, those nice sunstruck earth color that I need. And I can mix a little of this in and get a nice variety in here. You can see how how quickly you can move these things around, manipulate the color into, add a little bit of orange to it, into our blue, and we'll get into some more neutrals. See there what we're getting? And to neutralize my ultramarine, we know that a complement is going to give me a gray, give us a gray. So we'll mix a complement, a nice, good bright orange here. That alizarin is really potent, so we're gonna have to use a little more yellow. Now, by just adding the blue to it to see what kind of neutral we're gonna get. Okay, it right away wants to go green, so that tells us we need more red. To bump more red. Now we're getting, see, the orange is still overpowering that ultramarine, but we'll get it lightened out so we get a good value in here, a good, a nice cool that we can use. And here we're getting there. Now let's put it over here on the side. And it's still warm, isn't it? So we'll add just a touch more blue to it. Now this gives us more of a cooler neutral. We can go even a bump cooler with this. And this is what I referred to also, everyone, as working out of a pool of, this would be kind of a mother gray. Get a little bit more in here. You look at some of these grays we're getting. Now, we can just hit this with a little bit more blue, and we get into some of these really subtle ranges over here, so that blue isn't quite so intense. See how delicate that is? Now we can mix up a really beautiful violet with our alizarin and ultramarine, and we'll get it to open up with some white. Now that's a red violet. We add a little bit of yellow to that red violet. Now we add some white. See what this can do. And you know, I'm after you to get more paint down there on the canvas. Should have mixed a bigger pool of violet here. And I know I've seen some comments, yeah, it's personal choice, the amount of paint you want to use, but I'm here to tell you that you've got to get a good wet surface to work into. And whether you use copious amounts of paint or a little thinner consistency, doesn't make any difference as long as you have a nice, see, look at this. Look at this gray. As long as you have some wet paint down there and you want to work back over the top of it with some more delicate, this is not lightening out quite as quickly as I wanted it to, but you can see some of this really nice subtle relationships you can get in here. I mean, in this one, this is pretty high contrast and good strong darks. Those are easy. It's these subtle little passages in through here in through this area like this. This is where these combinations in here, you can see those developing right through here and through this area in these grays that we mixed up. And we can push those really hot, or we can drop them back so they're cooler with just this simple set of 3 colors. Hi, I'm Skip Whitcomb. I'll be conducting a mentoring course on color harmony. In over 40 years of teaching, color seems to be one of the biggest mysteries. We'll be able to spend a year together developing a reliable foundation for making harmonious color decisions. There are certain irrefutable truisms in painting. One is the fewer colors used, the stronger and more harmonious the statement. Economy of color equals clarity of intention. Respected painters, past and present, understood this concept and have employed it in one form or another. We will explore the power of a limited palette, calculating progressive sequences of 3 to 6 colors, referred to as harmonic chords, and explore how to select the best color set to serve our concept. The goal is to give each artist a reliable foundation for making color decisions, for developing personal expressions of color. Hope to see you in the course.